Who was Clarence Heatley, the Devil of Harlem? Clarence Heatley was born 1953 in New York City and grew up in Harlem, located in the northern section of Manhattan. Heatley, who dropped out of school in the 4th grade and was sent to juvenile detention by the time he was 9 years old. Eventually, Heatley grew to 6'7". At some point, Heatley acquired the nickname the Preacher. His violent reputation also earned him the nickname the Black Hand of Death. They were pure psychopaths. There was a rumor that they dismember a guy's head and kick it around like a soccer ball. Clarence Heatley and his Preacher crew sold drugs, extorted, kidnapped and even killed to gain notoriety on the streets of New York City, Bronx and Harlem boroughs. Heatley's top lieutenant was a former housing cop named John Cuff. Cuff acted as his bodyguard and his enforcer, assassin, if you will. The crew, along with John Cuff and the direction of Clarence, murdered countless individuals. There were certain rules that Clarence required that his group follow, one of which was they were not harm or otherwise they go against or tell on another member within the Preacher crew. The result of such an incident would be death. By the early 1990s, the New York Police Department and the FBI formed a task force to take down the Preacher crew. Both Heatley and Cuff admitted their crimes and pleas to avoid the death penalty. Heatley is currently in Florida, United States prison. Clarence Heatley sold cocaine, crack cocaine, heroin, PCP and other drugs, extorted, kidnapped and murdered the way to the top. His team included janitors whose job was to clean up the mess after the Preacher crew victims were tortured and killed. According to authorities, the drug ring operated out of condominiums in the Bronx. It was a rumor and reported by various media outlets and that the Preacher crew once lead singer Bobby Brown, an ex-husband of the famous pop singer, the late Whitney Houston, had kidnapped and held him for ransom in debt. They asked $400,000 for him. Houston complied with the kidnappers, ordered to show up along with the money to our Donovan building. She wore a wig and dark glasses, so she has not been recognized by the general public, and turned the cash over to Heatley himself. Heatley kept half and the rest of his was divided among his associates. They also had kidnapped Donald Porter, the little brother of drug dealer Rich Porter. They tortured Donald and asked for a ransom of $500,000. But a month later, Rich Porter was murdered by Alpo Martinez, so the crew murdered Donald Porter. His body was found in 14 plastic bags. The murder of Donald is seen in the movie Paid in Full. By the early 1990s, the New York Police Department and the FBI formed a task force to take down the Preacher crew, who by then had reportedly been involved in nearly 45 murders. Not long after Heatley and Cuff entered the police avoid death penalty. According to this February 1999 plea, a 47-year-old Heatley pleaded guilty to racketeering and conspiracy murder charges in connection with 13 drug-related murders and 86 counts of racketeering, and he was sentenced to life in prison. According to the New York Times and explaining Heatley's plea bargain, Joe S. Cohen, one of Heatley's attorneys, stated, "It did not seem a bit heady to go on trial, if we sure could prevent his execution by pleading guilty." Cohen added that Heatley wanted to spare his family from having to experience his execution, and he also wanted to try to be a positive presence in his children's lives to be. According to authorities, Heatley acknowledged during his plea that he had earned a sustainable income from his drug dealing business, which was primarily the sale of cocaine and crack cocaine, from the 1990 to 1996. Heatley is currently serving his sentence at the Florida Coleman Penitentiary, a high-security federal prison.